Welcome to the Prop Market. I'm your host, the Prop King, and today I have my 2025 college football week 9 player props. Absolutely love the 7 player props for you today. I will not have a best bet on this show, but I will have a part 2 coming up very soon. If you appreciate the content and the hard work I put in, go ahead and hit the like button. We did have a successful week last week. We did have a profitable week for the third week in a row. We're actually rolling right here in college football, so doing pretty well. I absolutely love where we're at. Get a lot of data points, get a lot of information, a lot of observations have been able to been taken care of now that we're getting into week 9 of college football. So not too many surprises. I really have, feel like this is our sweet spot. So we're going to continue to win and hopefully sweep this week. With that being said, 3 things you will always get from me in the prop market. Number one, full transparency. You will get recaps from last week along with season stats. You will also get information that you did not know before watching the show. I make sure that everyone gets a piece of information they didn't already know. And then 3, you are going to get a person that is betting their own money on the picks that I make. So I'm just as invested as you are. Every pick I make, I put my money on it, literally put my money where my mouth is. Let's get to our stats here. Last week, 6 and 4, 60%, 0 for 2 on our spread slash total picks. So we're gonna have to increase that this week. Winners, Kevin Jennings over, Darius Taylor, Taylor Green, Marcel Reed, Jackson Arnold, and Dorian Mensah all cash for us last week. And then our losers, Arch Manning, of course, Damon Williams, Miller Moss, and Garrett Nussmeier. So 6 and 4, 60%, over 58% is profitable. Let's get to our stats from the season. 11 and 15, 49%. My goal was 60, so we got a ways to go. And then 49 and 35, 58% for our player props. 58% is profitable. So on our player props, we are currently profitable at 58%. Now to my first pick, we're going to go with Avery Johnson. He's got a favorable matchup here going against Kansas. I expect a shootout. Kansas is allowing 463 yards a game. Avery Johnson of late has shown he's been using his legs. 463 yards makes them 117th in the country in defense, towards the bottom of the Big 12. So really struggling. I expect Kansas to come out and score points. Jalen Daniels will put up a lot of points. Avery Johnson will have to compete with that. Um, I think both quarterbacks will make plays. No Dylan Edwards, which means even more action in the run game for Avery Johnson. He's shown a willingness to run. That's the only way his team has a chance to win. Give me the over 280 pass plus rush yards for Avery Johnson. Next guy is Torrey Blaylock of Oklahoma. He's a running back freshman coming in here. Average 56. I got him projected at 61 rush yards. Here's the thing to know about Ole Miss. Ole Miss allows the second most rushing yards a game in the SEC. So towards the bottom of the SEC as far as defense. Should be a good matchup for him. They're allowing 180, 168 yards on the ground a game. Um, Coming off a 101-yard game, Blaylock has shown that he's very, very capable of being the bell cow. 12 carries a game in his last 3 games. And another thing is he's gaining confidence behind this offensive line. I really like his downfield running style. Not a lot of juking and not a lot of jiving for a freshman. He knows how to run between the tackles. Give me the over 55.5 rushing yards for Torrey Blaylock of Oklahoma. My next pick, going with this guy back to both quarterbacks in the same game, going Jalen Daniels over his passing yards here. Average 250 this season, got him projected at 248, has thrown for an average of 311 yards in the last 3 games. So he's been chucking it and really doing well in the last 3 games. He's a 6-year senior, playing at home, coming off a bye. I absolutely love this opportunity for him. He's at 70% completion rate. You know what I say? That's my magical number. When a quarterback completes 70% of his passes, that tells me 3 things. He's getting really good play calls, he has good protection, and he's accurate. Um, Cashed on this show 2 out of 2 times that he's been on here. Kansas point totals at 29 points. I said earlier, expecting a good shootout. Kansas State's known for a couple busted coverages here and there. He plays way better at home as well. Give me the over 231.5 passing yards for Jalen Daniels. Next guy is going to be a stinker. Some people will not want to take him, and I understand it. But I'm going with Lenore Sellers here. Pass plus rush yards average 177. I got him projected at 216. The line was set at 267 to start the season. So that's where his line was set at the beginning of this season. So you see how far he has fallen. But I think this number has gotten a little too low, under 200. Pass plus rush yards is really low for anybody, especially a dual threat quarterback. Um, there's a good reason for it, but look for them to feature him with more design quarterback runs. 2 really bad weeks in a row, has to shrug it off. I look for a bounce back week here for him. Similar to Jackson Arnold that we picked last week, I like him here on this under. With this over, his unders have cashed 3 out of 7 games. 14 point underdog, so it's a positive game script for him to have to kind of come back in this game. Give me the over 199.5 pass plus rush yards for Lenore Sellers. Next guy is a guy that's been an absolute horse for us. Taylon Green, average 273, projected 251, has been over this line in 86% of his games. And now he's got the same line as he did almost last week. Absolutely love his over 235. I'm going to talk to you real quick. Team total set at 30. Auburn is struggling. They're reeling right now. He has crushed this line. And 3 straight shows he's went over his line. Has good wide receiving core. 86%, I say hit rate, 6 out of 7 games this season. Also, Auburn's defense, yes, they are very good, but they have some, issues in the secondary every once in a while. You're giving me a discount again for Taylor Green. I must take it. Next guy, Marcel Reed, Texas A&M, another guy that we picked in the last show. So him and Green both cashed for his last show, actually for the last 2 shows in a row. And I'm not understanding the line. LSU is only allowing 122 yards rushing a game. Why is that important? Well, they're going to force Texas A&M to throw the ball. They're only allowing 3.74 yards per carry and 2.64 yards on first down. So they stop a lot of people from getting yards on first down, which is a positive game script for us over his passing yards, forcing him to throw the ball more on second and third down. I don't trust the LSU secondary. They're known for having busted coverages, really good weapons around Marcel Green. He's shown the ability to throw the ball deep and really get the ball to them in really good times. Over 6 out of 7 games, as I mentioned. I absolutely love this number here for him. Way under his average, way under what he's been doing of late. Go ahead and give me this over 219 passing yards. We're getting a huge discount here. And then next is Ryan Williams, Alabama. I understand some people might be scared of this guy. He's averaging 5 receptions a game. You see his receiving yards is 884. I got him projected at 65. Here's a good thing about Ryan Williams. He's not the wide receiver one technically anymore. That's going to go to Bernard. So he's getting a lot of one-on-one coverage, and he's making plays with that. It's been a rough year, so I look for him to push through. He's got huge motivation because a lot of people are starting to doubt him probably for the first time in his career. South Carolina has been solid versus the pass, but I look for Ryan Williams to connect with Simpson, who's looked really good. His numbers are just way too high for me to pick on the show. So I'm going over 58 receiving yards, getting a discount. I think this is maybe the first time he's under 60. So let's go ahead and cash out with Ryan Williams. Now for a quick recap, we got Avery Johnson over 280 pass plus rush yards, Torrey Blaylock over 55 rushing yards, Jalen Daniels over 231 passing yards, Lenora Sellers over 199 pass plus rush yards, Marcel Reed over 218 passing yards, Taylor Green over 234 passing yards, and then Ryan Williams over 58.5 receiving yards. If you appreciate this content, like I said earlier, hit the like button, also comment and then subscribe. I will be your tour guide throughout this college football season and NFL season and going into the NBA season. I have an NBA show coming up almost every night. And then college football, I will have two shows for this week. Make sure you're subscribed so you get those notifications when part two comes out because these lines do move very dramatically. With all that being said, keep what you like, leave what you don't, and let's cash.